winter, the time of year where life is at a standstill. Trees lay bare and birdsong is the thing of the past. Despite this, there is still life in the depths of this season. And though the days are long and the atmosphere is dull, you find that growth and renewal is steadily making its presence known, indicating that the season of spring, the time of plenty, is just around the corner. Throughout this documentary, I will be taking you on a journey through the winter and spring, showcasing some of the wildlife found in these seasons and how they cope in the ever-changing world. As winter hits its peak, the land we know is coated in snow and frost, creating a winter wonderland. But on the opposite end, for wildlife, the winter is harsh. For the unprepared, and with the addition of human activity, it's only getting harder for wildlife to adapt to these changes. Forests are one of the many habitats that are being affected by human activity. Only 3% of Britain as a whole is covered by trees, which is one of the lowest proportions in the whole of Europe. And this has forced animals to adapt. The native red squirrel is usually found in coniferous woodland, favouring to feast on hazelnuts and pine cones by nibbling on the outer shell that allows them to eat the protein contents within. Ingeniously, they will make stashes of food, a valuable larder to help them get through the tough winters. Birds are also heavily affected by winter, but some are well adapted and turn from hunters to scavengers. Buzzards are one of these many birds feasting on the dead carcasses of the unfortunate mammals that didn't make it through the winter months. In this case, this buzzard can be seen feasting on a dead pheasant, already torn apart by other scavengers, having been a valuable source of food for many. This can be a lifeline for scavenging birds of prey in these harsh winter months, but fights over food and best pickings from the carcass are always a constant threat. Rivers in winter occasionally freeze in place, where water tends to flow slower, allowing ice to form in shallow water where small fish lurk. As a result, this can lead to one of the United Kingdom's most stunning birds, the kingfisher, to be seen. Kingfishers are usually only seen by a dash of dazzling blue and orange, or its call. They are known for their method of hunting fish. Once finding a perch, they will wait with impressive patience, using their keen eye to spot fish. Once spotted, they will then plunge, and with luck, they will have a meal. A minnow will do nicely. Other birds confined to woodland will also endure hardship during winter. With there being little food on trees, seeds and nuts are the favourable source of food for many birds since they're high in protein. The jay, a member of the corvid family, can dominate a food source with its size. They are also omnivores capable of preying upon chicks and small rodents. Great spotted woodpeckers are known for drumming on wood and thick bark to look for wintering insects. Blue, great, and coal tits, as well as other species of birds, are also searching for a meal. However, living in a woodland has its risks. Sparrowhawks are fast, agile birds that can swoop seemingly out of nowhere to catch their prey with sharp talons and a hooked beak. However, a mouse will suffice to keep this male sparrowhawk full until it's time to hunt again. Despite the woodland drama, change is just around the corner. At night, many other animals and birds come out to hunt or forage for food. Tawny owls, the master of camouflage, hunts voles and mice under the cover of night, only being noticeable by their call. They will roost in tree hollows during the day and come out at night to hunt their prey, silently flying through the trees. Another resident of the night is elusive and somewhat seldom seen: the pine marten. Pine martens are only found in parts of Scotland and in small populations in Wales. Though they are well adapted to life at night, being highly optimistic, they will scavenge for eggs, fruits, and carrion. With spring just around the corner, the first flowers that come into bloom are snowdrops. They are a keen sign that winter is coming to an end. Despite being non-native, they have become a spectacle, as well as crocuses. Native flowers, such as daffodils, with their yellow petals, are some of the many flowers to emerge towards or during early spring. And this attracts the attention of other wildlife. Invertebrates are also starting to emerge from under leaf litter and decaying wood. Wood lice, millipedes, centipedes, and a whole cast of different critters emerge. One of such is springtails. These tiny creatures are found with a range of colours, size, and shapes. The name springtail is given to them for their ability to jump due to a lever beneath their abdomen, which allows them to launch 16 centimeters into the air. They are essentially a clean-up crew of the forest. Due to them feasting on decaying organic matter and being so tiny, allows them to stay off the menu of large predators. With pond ice melting, they soon become alive with all sorts of creatures, from invertebrates, snails, and amphibians, such as this common frog. They will have woken up from hibernation and are now on the search for mates. The males will call out to females by using croaks. The louder the call, the better the chance of finding a mate. The female will shortly lay eggs in large rafts called spawn. These will eventually hatch into tadpoles, which will metamorphosize into frogs. As the days get warmer, the stage is set for other animals to emerge from hibernation. For example, reptiles, such as the adder. Adders are mostly found in a mixture of heathland and moorland. However, they pose little threat to human beings, unless stood on or disturbed. Adders will hunt prey such as rodents, ground-nesting birds, and lizards. As the sun sets, insects will put on a beautiful display of dancing wings in the golden light, many of which are early emerging hoverflies and early pollinators. April is when the majority of wildlife has woken up from hibernation. This includes some of the most unique mammals. There are many different species of bats in the UK. Some of which are different shapes and sizes. With different behaviours and sounds. They will use echolocation to find their way in the night. Bats are known to roost in tree hollows and caves. However, due to deforestation, they are losing their natural habitat, and in turn, they end up being left with no choice but to roost in abandoned buildings. But like all old buildings, they either get knocked down or refurbished, leaving the bats to be forced out by extermination or moving them out. However, there are conservation efforts at work by the Bat Conservation Trust, who are helping and managing bats and giving these remarkable mammals hope. Mammals that spend most of their time hunkered down in burrows, only occasionally coming out in search of a meal, finally reveal themselves. The European badger. They live in clans of close family members and spend the day hunkered down underground, only coming out at night or to look for food in daylight. However, in some sets, such as this one, badgers will come out early if there is no sign of danger. April is an important time of year, as this is when their cubs are ready to explore the world outside of the set. Unfortunately, in recent years, badgers have been given a bad rep due to TB and persecution. However, efforts are being made to help prevent TB spreading and stopping the killing of these beautiful animals. Despite the world looking like it has an abundance of life and diversity, it is in rapid decline. Wildlife is under threat by human influence. Pollution, dumping of waste, deforestation, pumping emissions into the atmosphere, and non-sustainable fishing. And this can have damaging effects for wildlife and us. And now more than ever, we we need people to stand up and help maintain these natural wonders and help save our precious world from the devastation that we have caused. It's up to us to bring balance and life to our planet.